After just over 3,500 kilometres in Western Australia, I've reached the Northwest Cape Peninsula, and it's here that the town of Exmouth can be found, and more importantly the famous Ningaloo Coast, which is a World Heritage Site famous for the incredible diversity of sea life that it supports. The Ningaloo Reef lies down the western side of the peninsula, whereas I'm entering town on the eastern side. So right now I'm about to jump on the bike, pass through Exmouth, stocking up on as much food and fresh drinking water as I can carry. Once you get around the western side past Exmouth, there's no access to food and fresh water, so you've got to carry everything with you. And hopefully I can secure a campsite, which are pretty competitive to get. You've got to line up at the Ranger's Gate fairly early to get a spot, but hopefully I can find myself a beautiful campsite and spend the next few days exploring the incredible coastline that is the Ningaloo Coast.
Just come over to see how you're getting on.
Yeah.
Are you a professional photographer?
No.
You must be with tripods and gear like that.
Oh, I'm trying to be.
Are you running gears on that?
Yeah, it's all internal gearing.
Oh, and how many speeds would you have?
There's 14.
The 14 in that little thing?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
God, I used to have 6 on my jumping chain thing. Well, you're certainly a great young man. When I was your age, you know, I wouldn't have been brave enough to do it.
Yeah.
If I could have pedalled along with you, I'd be a tower of strength.
Yeah.
By myself, I'm as weak as water.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing well, son.
So that was all filmed at Oyster Stacks. I'm sorry for the shaking camera, but it's a little bit cold in the wind. That turtle, that's the first turtle I've ever seen in my life, absolutely amazing. And all those fish, absolutely beautiful. Such an amazing place when you can just do that straight off the coast. It's definitely getting back in the water again. Right now I'm just gonna get warm and ride back to camp. Just waking up from a bit of a rough night's sleep. There was a bit of severe wind overnight that kept me awake, but I'm not going to let that stop me from getting straight back out there and in the ocean and seeing what else is out there. Hopefully today will be as good as yesterday was at Oyster Stacks, and today I'll be riding out to a place called Turquoise Bay, another good snorkeling spot apparently, so we'll see what we can find there. I think the winds overnight have blown away all the clouds, so unlike the Oyster Stacks yesterday, it was a bit overcast and drizzly. Turquoise Bay is absolutely beautiful and probably a bit more like the typical Exmouth that we've seen in the pictures. So hopefully wildlife are out enjoying the sunshine as well, and see what we can see out here. The good thing about Turquoise Bay is that there's a bit of a drift current, so if you just jump in at one end of the beach, you can follow the current down to the other end and just relax and see under the water. And just like yesterday, another incredible swim with the amazing sea life here at Ningaloo. I think anywhere along this coast, if you jump in the water in the narrow lagoons formed by the reef just offshore, you're guaranteed to see something pretty special. But for me, the next big thing that I want to do is get out beyond the reef, out into the open ocean, and see some of the bigger creatures found out there. To do that, tomorrow I'm going to be jumping on a boat and heading out there. There's several boat companies here in Exmouth that offer tours out into the open ocean, and I've picked one that'll hopefully help me find and even swim with an animal that I've wanted to see my whole life, and that is a whale shark. Ningaloo is one of the only places in the world where you can swim with these beautiful animals in their natural habitat. Fingers crossed I get to achieve that dream and swim with a whale shark tomorrow. I've had an early start to make it out in time, but I've made it to Tantabiddi boat ramp, which is where I'm going to get picked up by a boat, which I think is just coming in now, so I'm going to jump on and head out to the open ocean. So I've come back to camp after that day out on the boat, and I've been trying to think of the words I can use to describe sufficiently what it's like to have swum with those huge animals, but I'm not quite sure what to say, to be honest. It's just to be able to share the waters with the biggest fish in the world like that is just something that you just have to do to know what it's like. It's amazing really that, you know, this whole coast got hit by a massive cyclone last year, and yet it's still teeming with the life that some of which I've shown in the video so far, but there's just so much more out there as well. People come back every day from snorkeling with the same stories of seeing incredible things, huge manta rays, killer whales, humpback whales breaching. It's just an absolute, actually even right now there's a whale in the background there breaching. It's just an absolute wildlife paradise, both in the water and out of the water on the Cape Range here. It's absolutely an amazing place, and definitely one that should be visited if you ever find yourself in Western Australia. For me, I've spent the last few days riding up and down the coast like mad dog really, and I'm exhausted. I've run out of food and fresh water, so for me, I'm heading back to the town of Exmouth to stock up on supplies, and the next stop is Karajini, 5 days ride away, and we'll check that out. I've heard that there's some pretty incredible gorges to be found, so that'll be the subject of the next video. Catch you there.